The fact is that ideas really don't mean anything without action, without execution, without going out there and testing the marketplace. One of the most common questions that I get is, how do I start, or when do I know? Like, what makes timing, is it the right time to begin an endeavor? And I think that the answer is very simply that everybody has their own tolerance, their own threshold for financial pain and otherwise, right? I mean, if you're 22 years old and you're living in your parents' house, you don't really have to worry about when to get started. Get started today, right? Eat some ramen noodles and and cut back on your drinking, and you're ready to go. Go be an entrepreneur. If you've got the idea, if you've got the gumption to go and make things happen, go make things happen, right? Take steps, take action. And knowing that there's really an opportunity for you is predicated on you really truly having a strong belief that your product has a need in the marketplace and that people are going to respond to it. Until you actually get out there and start doing it, you have no clue. There are tons of people with great ideas that sit on them and they wait and they don't share them with anybody because their concern is, well, if I share this with somebody, they're going to steal my idea. And meantime, they put it on the shelf and they do nothing with it. The fact is that ideas really don't mean anything without action, without execution, without going out there and testing the marketplace. And so, timing is a bit of a personal thing, and you've got to figure out, when it feels right for you, and you've got to trust your gut. If you're in a situation where maybe you're a little bit, further along in life, you're no longer living on your parents' house. I think that there are a lot of different, there's a journey that you go towards getting to that end objective. You got to realize that today is just a millisecond in the bigger scheme of things. And so if you take a route with a long-term objective, right? You get a job waiting tables so that you can make enough money, so that you can set it aside, so that you can build a prototype, and you take a job so that you can learn the skills, so that you can get to a place where you're able to launch your idea and your business. Those are all parts of your story, parts of your success. But there's never a wrong time and there's never a right time to start. One of the biggest questions that people always ask me is, well, I've got a lifestyle, right? Even if it's meager, how do I make the transition? How do I actually make the jump, right? I used to talk about all the time that jumping, starting a business is like jumping off a high diving board, right? It's full with apprehension, and you climb up and you're excited and you're enthusiastic about the cool water. It's hot as hell, right? And there are people on the deck that think you're crazy or out of your mind. They're screaming to you, don't do it, don't jump. And you just get closer and closer, further up to the ladder, and finally you get to the top and you go, oh my God, what am I doing, right? And that pit of your stomach, that fear, we have fear and excitement, and they are both caused by the same thing, which is called adrenaline, right? And a lot of times people stand there wavering between excitement and fear. Like, what do I do? What's going to propel me forward? And I think the biggest concern are the financial implications of when you jump off, right? Once you've made that leap, you're going to be like, holy, right, all the way down until you hit the water. Let me tell you, when you hit the water, your survival reflex will cause you to hold your breath, and it'll cause you to swim, right? But that initial jump is where everybody gets hung up. And so when you jump and you've got your bag of responsibility, you're carrying your family up that diving board, it certainly becomes a lot more difficult. And I think the easiest way to actually make this transition is to go out and look at your network. Look at all the people that you know, friends, loved ones, people you've worked with previously, your sum total of your network. You reach out to those people and you go to them and say, look, I value your opinion, right? Mr. Business Owner, I've done business with you in the past. Jack, I've done business with you in the past. Or Bill, you've known me for a long time. You've known me my entire life. And really, I'm thinking about making a career change, or I'm thinking about starting a business, or I'm thinking about whatever that move is, whatever that step is. And I value your opinion. And truthfully, I know if anyone's going to tell me the truth, if anyone's going to tell me the way it is, it's going to be you. You're going to be honest with me. And the fact of the matter is, if I do go into this business, ultimately, if it's a good idea and you agree to it, I'm probably going to come to you at that time anyway. But in advance of that, I'd really love some feedback. Can I just take you for a cup of coffee? Can I meet with you for 15 or 20 minutes? And I'll tell you that if it's commission sales, or if it's an entrepreneurial endeavor, or whatever that transition is, if you line up 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 deals, right? That you know are going to move forward with one, they're going to be more accepting to your value proposition. They're going to be kinder. They're not going to be as rude, which is all going to help your confidence. But if you know that you've got 4 or 5 or 6 deals in the pipeline, you know you can convert that into what money it means. And that may be enough to get you over that, off the edge of that diving board. You know, you've got to either squirrel it away by cutting expenses and saving, or you've got to get yourself to a place where you're confident enough to make the leap. Ultimately, you got to jump in order to get to the cool water.